has a wonderful view.
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
I shouldn't be here. It's a mistake.
As subscribers will know, we're always on the lookout for a good Atlantis movie.
A poor selection.
But my hopes aren't high for 1991's Atlantis because it is directed by Michael J. Murphy.
I knew this would be a complete disaster.
The super low budget British filmmaker behind Avalon and many other movies that I sense we are going to review.
When I saw it, I knew it was what you have been seeking all these years.
Murphy's take on Atlantis is a vast continent where the Atlantic Ocean is now, and yet inhabited by about 9 people in one small area.
I wish that were true.
The tea towel headgear, traditional in British nativity plays, makes me wonder where this is set. I also wonder when. 2 of these locals stumble into Atlantis' underworld.
Let us go, we've done nothing!
Where the Atlantean elite live in the palace of the tinfoil giant, ruled by Queen Antea,
A vain and depraved woman.
who subjugates the surface dwellers.
I wish one of them would die soon. This is becoming so tedious. The gods are kind to me.
My hairdresser was not. She's assisted by her bodyguard, wearing what looks to be the most uncomfortable bra ever designed. Yet Antea is not all-powerful, her rules subject to this flesh-eating green guy. Called the Master, I didn't really get who or what he was, but Antea's high priest, Sartor, is working for him.
It is the blood crystal.
Here in this doggy bag.
And now that I have the blood crystal, my powers could be beyond your comprehension.
Much as the plot was beyond mine. But the Master wants more from Sartor.
Oil your tongue for our next meeting.
What do you have in mind?
And find me the child of the fire crystal.
Back to our heroes. Young Timur is trained as a gladiator. Classic Murphy filmmaking technique, they've dubbed metallic clashes over the sword fight, but not when the swords touch the ground. The Atlanteans bet on the fight.
20 on the pretty one.
I'll have 10 on the fat one.
The objectification of gladiators. Those who refuse to fight are sent into the Labyrinth of Life.
Oh look, the creature.
It's great when kids make their own Halloween masks. Timur's sister, Arian, is sent into the mines. This really sums up Murphy for me. Obviously, he doesn't remotely have the budget to achieve the scale he wants, but this guy is not even trying to sell it. Arian also learns that those who displease Antea are turned into food by the Butcher.
This is supposed to be a civilized world.
Or so I was given to believe when you enslaved me. Back to the plot. Antea goes to visit the Master.
I will fill you with my presence.
This guy is a sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen. On the surface, Sartor has tracked down the child of the fire crystal,
As I thought.
who turns out to be the sister of the beast.
That is her twin.
I didn't follow all of the ins and outs here, but the bottom line is that the Master will be reborn by sleeping with Antea. Handy for finding the toilet at night. The Crystal Child now takes action. Freeing the slaves.
Leave this land to its own destruction.
Everybody out of Atlantis. The slaves now turn on the Butcher in a scene that looks like Herschel Gordon Lewis remade Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times. Now, suddenly, at this late point in the movie, everybody seems to remember that this was supposed to be about Atlantis.
If you allow the destruction of these controls, this land will split apart and be engulfed by the sea.
There, that should justify the title. and so the freed slaves race for the submarines. Everyone be careful of the mat line. So yes, it's insanely cheap and insanely shoddy. And the acting.
This is my destiny!
But what irritates me most is that this is the third Atlantis movie we've reviewed which completely sidesteps the whole underwater civilization, which is surely the point of doing an Atlantis movie.
No!
And I did think that Murphy would be the one to follow through because, say what you like about the man, he never let his complete inability to realistically portray anything more expensive than a table get in the way of his ambitions. At first, I was shocked that this was made in 1991, but then, at the end, Sartor time travels to the present.
The future.
This is Britain in 91? That's way more shocking.
I suppose this is not a good time to ask for the rest of my money.
Thanks for watching. For new bad movie reviews every Monday, subscribe here. My search for a good, bad Atlantis movie continues. Let us know your suggestions in the comments below. Please. There must be one.
Then the judgment is unanimous. Death.